Before we begin today's message, beautiful. If you love deep conversations about relationships, feminine confidence, and understanding men on a level that protects your heart and elevates your standards, then make sure you subscribe to PureHer. Because here, we talk about the real things women need to hear, not the sugar-coated advice that keeps you stuck, but the truth that helps you rise. And today's topic is one of the most important ones you will ever learn. We're talking about what a man does when he truly loves you. Not the words, not the excuses, not the potential, but the real, tangible, consistent actions that show you his heart is in the right place. So take a deep breath, and let's begin. A man who truly loves you creates emotional safety before anything else. He makes you feel comfortable being yourself. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to walk on eggshells. You don't have to rehearse your words before speaking. He gives you a space where your voice matters, your feelings matter, your fears matter, and your past matters, not as baggage, but as something he wants to understand. A loving man knows that the foundation of a strong connection is trust. Not blind trust, but earned trust. So he shows up consistently. He answers your calls. He replies to your messages. He doesn't disappear for hours or days without explanation. He doesn't create anxiety in your mind. Instead, he brings stability. He becomes someone you can count on. A man who loves you also pays attention, real attention. He remembers the way your voice slows down when you're tired. He notices the small changes in your tone. He sees when something is bothering you even before you say a word. And instead of ignoring it, he steps closer. He asks. He listens. He tries to understand, even when he doesn't have the perfect solution. Because love makes a man present. And presence is one of the rarest forms of love in today's world. But there's more. A man who loves you respects your emotional boundaries. He doesn't gaslight you when you express your feelings. He doesn't call you dramatic or sensitive. He doesn't invalidate your emotions. Instead, he makes you feel safe enough to share more, to open more, to trust more. Real love encourages vulnerability without fear. Another sign of real love is accountability. A man who loves you takes responsibility for his actions. He apologizes when he's wrong. Sincerely, not defensively. He doesn't twist the situation to avoid blame. He doesn't turn himself into the victim. He cares more about the health of the relationship than about protecting his ego. When a man loves you, he wants to grow. He wants to be better. He wants to improve the parts of himself that might hurt you. And he doesn't do it because you nag him. He does it because he sees your value. He sees the kind of future you could build together. And he doesn't want to lose that. A loving man also includes you in his life in meaningful ways. He introduces you to the people who matter to him. Friends, family, mentors. Not because he wants to show you off, but because he sees you as part of his world. He doesn't hide you. He doesn't keep you in the shadows. He doesn't treat the relationship like a secret chapter. He brings you into the light. A man who loves you also shows long-term intention. He talks about the future with clarity. He uses words like we, our, us, not out of habit, but because he means them. You're not a temporary moment for him. You are a part of the life he's building. He plans trips with you. He talks about where he wants to live one day. He imagines what life could look like with you in it. Not just for next week, but for years ahead. And here's something deeply important. A loving man protects the relationship from external threats. He keeps appropriate boundaries with other women. He doesn't flirt behind your back. He doesn't entertain attention from people who want him. He doesn't leave doors open for temptation. Not because you control him, but because he values what he has with you. A man in love guards the connection. And real love also looks like emotional generosity. He gives affection freely. He gives reassurance freely. He gives effort freely. He doesn't make you beg for quality time. He doesn't make you guess how he feels. He doesn't make you compete for his attention. He offers love with openness, consistency, and warmth, because he wants you to feel chosen every single day. A man who truly loves you shows it through emotional devotion, not just physical attraction. He loves your mind. He loves your softness. He loves the way you think. He loves the way you express your feelings. He values your inner world, not just the way you look. A man who loves you becomes curious about you. Deeply curious. He wants to know what shaped you, what inspires you, what scares you, what drives you. He asks questions. He listens to stories from your past. He pays attention to the details of your dreams. Because love makes a man invest emotionally. And speaking of dreams, a loving man supports your growth. He wants you to rise. He wants you to be confident. He wants you to succeed in whatever path you choose. He doesn't feel threatened by your ambition. He doesn't belittle your goals. He doesn't make you feel like you're too much. Instead, he becomes your safe encouragement. He pushes you in gentle, loving ways. He reminds you of your strength on days you forget it. He sees your potential even when you doubt yourself. A man who loves you also communicates with clarity. He doesn't send mixed signals. He doesn't leave you confused. He doesn't avoid difficult conversations. He talks. He explains. He asks questions. He brings calmness into communication instead of chaos. And most importantly, he makes the relationship feel emotionally predictable. Not in a boring way, but in a stable, grounded, safe way. You don't wonder if he'll leave. You don't wonder if he'll change. You don't wonder if he's losing interest. Because he shows his love through consistency, through reliability, through emotional presence. A loving man also respects your individuality. He understands that you have your own life, your own needs, your own identity. He doesn't try to control you. He doesn't try to isolate you. He doesn't try to shape you into someone else. He loves the real you, a raw, imperfect, beautifully human you. And he gives you space to grow, evolve, and breathe. Because real love nurtures freedom, not restriction. Here is one of the deepest truths, beautiful. A man who truly loves you chooses you repeatedly. Not just at the beginning. Not just when things are easy. Not just when he feels romantic. But every single day, he chooses you through his actions. He chooses you through loyalty. He chooses you through effort. He chooses you through consistency. Real love is not passive. It is active. It is intentional. It is disciplined. A loving man doesn't treat you like an option. He treats you like a priority. He doesn't disappear. He doesn't ignore problems. He doesn't avoid responsibility. He leans into the connection even during difficult moments. Because he knows that love is not just a feeling, it is a commitment. A man who loves you also protects your peace. He doesn't add unnecessary stress. He doesn't manipulate your emotions. He doesn't play games with your heart. He doesn't make you doubt your worth. Instead, he gives you stability. He gives you reassurance. He gives you emotional clarity. And with him, you feel safe, not confused. And here's the truth every woman needs to remember. When a man loves you, you feel it. Not sometimes. Not occasionally. Not only on the days he feels like it, but consistently. His actions align with his words. His patterns match his promises. His effort matches his feelings. And if he does not show these signs, your heart already knows the truth. Love is shown through behavior, not potential, not excuses, not maybes. Beautiful. If this message inspired you, grounded you, or reminded you of your worth, make sure you subscribe to PureHer for more empowering content. Your heart deserves wisdom. Your standards deserve protection. And you deserve a love that shows up for you, again and again.